Hey everybody, Gina DeLuca here. In today's episode of Paint Wrangling, we are going to do a straight pour. This is a pretty small canvas. This is an 8x10. Typically I prefer doing these on bigger canvases, but I can still get an idea of the effect that I will get with the different paints mixing with each other. First, I need to say some thank yous. Jean O'Connor, Sally Montoya, Kim McGlamory, Jill Miller, Deborah Schaefer, Valerie Ryan, Wee Notions, and Kristen Steen. Thank you so much for sponsoring this channel. It really means a lot more to me than you know. It makes me feel very appreciated, which, you know, we all like to feel appreciated, but also it helps me stay stocked up in supplies to keep experimenting and bringing you new content every day, and hopefully helping you guys save some money by figuring out what not to do. You know, I post all of my paintings, even when they're not winners, so to speak, because there is something to be learned from mistakes. There is more to learn from mistakes than there is from something going perfectly. So, you know, sometimes I might post something and you might think, why on earth did she post that? If you watch it, you'll find out why, because there's something in there that is of useful information and will hopefully help you to not make the same mistakes. Okay, so this is going to actually be a two-part thing. In this video, I will be using some tried and true colors. This is Liquitex Basics Dioxazine Purple with just a touch of white added to it to brighten it up a little, because sometimes this can dry almost black. The consistency, when you drizzle your paint off the stick, when it lands in your cup, it should not form a mound. It should immediately dissolve. And that is the proper consistency for a straight pour. So, dioxazine purple mixed with a touch of white, the Magic Cell Maker cadmium yellow light hue, and some Naphthol crimson. Mixed 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint, that's straight Floetrol to 1 part paint, and thinned with my concoction of 90% water, 10% Floetrol. And I've been getting a lot of schmutz in my paintings, and I thought it was coming from this. I put my Floetrol in this bottle, and I put a stocking over the lid so that it strains as it's pouring. But I've been getting a lot of little bits of funky things. I don't know if you'll be able to see, like the stuff that's stuck to the sides. In here. Now, I don't know if I got a funky bottle of Floetrol, if that's what's going on. But I put the stocking on here too, and hopefully that will cut down on the schmutz. Okay, I think I covered everything. 8x10 canvas, that would be around 3 ounces of paint. I have my little 3-ounce cup here. All right, so I said this was going to be a 2-part thing. What's going to happen? Someone asked me, what would happen if you took the straight pour consistency and did it in a flip cup? Would you still get cells? And my answer was, I don't know. So let's find out. But first, our control piece. So we will mix this up and see what happens in a regular straight pour. I will do the crimson next. and it is sinking. We like that. And the yellow. Quick base coat, which I should have done first because my cup is selling already. When will I ever learn? Okay, it's already popping up. I really should have put in the paint last, but let's go. Now there was less than 3 ounces in this pouring cup because I put down a base coat. So I don't need the full 3 ounces. And this was actually probably more paint than I even needed. And I dripped. Well done. Okay. Let me pop some bubbles. Okay, I will come up and catch this corner and stretch out those yellow cells. I'm recentering the paint. I will come down, catch this corner, stretch, and as always in a straight pour, the more you move it around, the more cell action you will get. This was a lot more paint than what I needed for this canvas. Okay, I'm gonna let this sit and see what happens. Might get some more yellow popping up, but here's what I'm seeing. The crimson is becoming blended with the background. A little bit of blending in the cells, but for the most part, it is becoming background, and it is a semi-transparent. So we'll see. We'll let this sit. Back in a few. Alrighty, here it is in all its straight pour glory. It's been sitting for a while. You can see the edges have already started to dry. We will see how the painting tomorrow turns out. Actually, I know how it turned out, and I'm not telling. So, actually, if you're part of Go Make Some Art, I've probably already posted the sneak peek of tomorrow's painting. So if you join Go Make Some Art, you do get the sneak peeks. One reason to join. Also, if you need help, there's always someone there. So if you're in the middle of a crisis and don't know whether to swipe or keep or get rid of, always plenty of people there willing to help. Please like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. And check out the description box below for links to my PayPal tip jar if you feel so inclined. And thank you so much to those who do. Thank you. The Amazon store, and if you enter through that link to my Amazon store, anything that you purchase on Amazon anywhere, I will receive a small commission of at no cost to you. That helps keep a sister afloat. So thank you for those who do. Yeah, I think that's it. And I hope you all have a beautiful day. Now go make some art.